Welcome back to the Get Organized HQ channel, everybody. I'm Tasha, and today we are going on a shopping spree at Target. Now, before we go, make sure you hit that subscribe button, give this video a thumbs up, and let's go shopping. Now, I always enjoy checking out the $1, $3, and $5 bins when I first walk into Target, and they had so many pet things like this bone-shaped basket here and also a cat-shaped basket. So this would be great for keeping treats or leashes, and it's just $5 for each of these baskets. And down below, there were these really nice just wooden crates. So many different things you could use this for. I could see setting this by the door to toss your keys in, toss your wallet in. Also $5, if we can get the label up, there it is, $5 for this wooden crate right here. So a couple of really nice baskets right off. Then there was this silverware organizer thing. So I feel like this would be good for like an outdoor party. It's $5 and it can just hold, forks, spoons, keep them separated. It's got a little handle. It was a little flimsy, but could be fun for a party. There were so many pet things, like these treat bins, I guess I would say. I guess they're a food storage container technically, but a little handle, $5 for these bins could keep your food for your pet inside. And more pet things still, these rope baskets. They looked like normal rope baskets till I noticed there was a little paw print on them. And I love these rope weave baskets. You could turn it around and honestly, it wouldn't look like a pet item. You could use it anywhere. And once again, $5 for the rope basket. So finding lots of $5 items today. Then I found this tray here that actually matches that silverware organizer that I found. They weren't together, which was interesting, but same design. This would be great for like keeping your plates and napkins. So if you wanted the silverware thing, and then this could have all your plates. Moving on from the dollar bins, I found these really nice wooden letterboards. It's a great way to have a letterboard, but still have really classy decor in your home. Two different shades of wood that they had. It comes with 181 letters and also some numbers and characters. So these are such a fun addition. I love looking through all of the pens. Pens and notebooks are my weakness. So many options. I found these really cool click art pens that they had. I'd never seen those before. They're by Zebra. And then also, I did not know that Friction makes highlighters. So I saw those in this aisle as well. Then of course, you gotta look at the notebooks. I absolutely love the notebooks. I don't need any more notebooks, but I still love looking through all of the options that they have. This one is actually a notebook that I've used in the past. I think I actually had this exact same color. I love how the lines are pretty fine. I like the backing of it. It's not a super hard board, but it's firmer than like a flimsy paper board. I love the motivational ones. This is a Morgan Harper Nichols line, the You Are Worthy of New Beginnings. Just such a nice notebook. I just want to buy all these notebooks with all the motivational quotes, and then this one really caught my eye. I just loved the quote on the front of it. It's a hardbound, super nice Oh Happy Danny notebook. Then moving on to the office organization, this is a wireless charger that can also hold pencils and then a little tray for like paper clips or something along those lines. Then I found actually a little further over a bigger one. So if you had more little things you wanted to keep in little organizers, that would be great. And of course, all of the acrylic bins. So many different options. These are the Brightroom brand. Typically, if you can buy them in a multi-pack, they're probably cheaper per piece. However, you gotta make sure you're getting exactly the sizes you want whenever you choose to go the multi-pack route. Of course, they sell them individually. So here's more of like a square bin. I like how they have a little lip that you can grab onto. That makes them easy to get. The really narrow one that you can get, this might be good for like spice packets or something along those lines. And then of course they have the really wide one over here. So just all sorts of shapes and sizes of these acrylic bins for a pantry or a refrigerator would be awesome. Then this one is a little bit taller. It's kind of like a multi-purpose bin, honestly, like those ones from the Container Store, but from Target, Brightroom brand. And so many bamboo organizers. I thought this was such a unique drawer organizer. It's like sideways. I'm not exactly sure what I'd put in it, but it was super cool. Of course, they have the standard one too, if you just want, silverware, straight lines like that. Then I thought this was a really nice bamboo divided Lazy Susan. Lazy Susans can be really useful in those hard to get to areas. And a bamboo spice rack. Perfect for making use of vertical space a little bit and being able to see spices when they're stacked behind each other. So many over-the-cabinet organizers. This one was unique because it has a little rod on the back, so you could use it to like hang a dish towel or something if you hung this on like the cabinet under your sink. Plus it could hold your cleaning supplies, so that is quite a win. So many pantry organization things. Once again, Brightroom brand, so many Brightroom things. This one reminded me of the cereal container, but I'm wondering if it really is for more like flour or something like that, because these other ones are pretty small, but lots of options, and they are modular, meaning they'll stack up to be the same height, so that's a huge win. Speaking of stacking, all sorts of stackable drawers, all different colors, depths, all sorts of things here. So this is more of like the chrome color sliding out drawer. It's kind of like a mesh bottom with the bars along the side. And they also have them pre-stacked like this one here. So this is 2 shallow ones and a deeper one all in one configuration. And the drawers slide out decently nicely. So a lot of them were kind of like strapped together, so you couldn't totally test them. But you can stack them yourself if you'd rather, so you can get exactly the configuration you want. They have these kind of like rubbery things on the feet to help it all stay together. And that's just really nice for getting exactly the size and shape of drawers that you want. So many over-the-door organizers, like I said. This one has a couple of baskets. It would be great for maybe in a bathroom or something along those lines. There were just so many options. This one is 3 different rods, I guess for maybe hanging some towels or something along those lines. The hooks at the bottom were really nice. And then one other one that caught my eye, I love how just small this one is, but so many hooks. So you can hang so many things. It doesn't have to take up tons of space, but for towels or hats or something like that, this would be a fantastic option. Brightroom stuff just keeps on going. They had these shelves that are great for making use of vertical space under a cabinet. So I think these are specifically for a bathroom. You could technically use them in a kitchen too. And then this was super cool. It hangs over your toilet and holds your extra toilet paper. So that's a great space saver. All sorts of little drawer dividers. These are really for a vanity, but I think you could use them in a kitchen if you wanted. So they have acrylic ones, all different shapes and sizes, and these are really nice because they do stack. So this narrower one, it can stack right there inside that wider one. I believe 2 of the narrow ones would be one of the wide widths. They also have multi-packs, just like some of the other things, so you can get multiple sizes in one package. And let me show you real quick. This is just like the little square one. So all different shapes and sizes of these acrylic drawer organizers. In addition to the acrylic ones, they also had these more plastic looking ones. They're a little bit see-through, but not totally. They stack just like the acrylic ones as well. So I'm really pleased with how modular the Brightroom brand at Target is. A lot of things you get from Brightroom, they can all be configured in multiple ways and stacked together. Then more bamboo organizers, just like in the kitchen, tons of bamboo options for the bathroom. Fun, just little like flip top vanity organizers. I'm not exactly sure what I'd use that for, but it's nifty. Then bin clips. These are great if you have cube storage, so you can see exactly what's in your bin. It just clips over the edge of your bin, and all sorts of bin options. These are, I believe, the 11-inch bins, or maybe even 9-inch. These are the smaller ones. And then the Brightroom brand was the bigger size with the 13-inch brands, all different colors, designs. Pick whichever one you'd like. These were so nice. They are heavier than they look in this video. It is a heavy duty wire basket. So I think that could be used in so many places. The handle was super convenient. Tons of wooden bins in all different shapes and sizes once again. So you've got a divided one here, you've got a smaller one and a bigger one. These could be great for cube storage. That's the 11-inch. This is the 13-inch. Just really nice. You could also paint those and they could match any color. Lots and lots of these plastic weave bins. Once again, every shape and size. All sorts of closet organization things too here. So there's jewelry organization, there is drawer organization. These are expandable drawer dividers. So convenient because they can fit more or less any size. These are the drawer dividers that are already in a certain size. I love this idea, but my fear was they wouldn't actually fit in my drawer. You'd have to get them, they'd have to happen to be exactly the right size, you know? So this was nifty. It was a shelf divider. I'd never seen that before. So you could kind of like partition off a top shelf in your closet by hooking it onto the shelf with that little lip down there. So that was something I'd never seen before. And back to Brightroom, so many different bins. I think they had 3 different depths and 3 different colors, and they were $5, $4, and $3. So incredibly affordable. This little one right here was the $3 one. The taller one next to it was $4, and this big one was $5. Incredibly affordable for your organization needs. And of course, the drawer dividers from Brightroom as well. These are super, super affordable. They had a ton of the little cup ones. I don't know if they had quite as many of some of their bigger options. Maybe they'll restock soon. You can also check online. But they have some of these bigger dividers. I think these would be great for drawers in a craft room, organizing things like buttons and all sorts of, just the little this and that you have in a craft room that needs organized. These are, once again, Brightroom acrylic bins. I found them over with the sporting goods. I don't know if they ran out of room with all of the other stuff, but Brightroom bins, and then they also had some of the stackable, you can kind of reach into the front bins. So if you're looking for stuff and you're not finding it, try the sporting goods section. So many things. Well, I'm so excited to show you what I picked up at Target. So the first thing is these Brightroom Expandable Drawer Dividers. So this is a set of 2. I think it was just under $17 for a set of 2 of these drawer dividers. And so these are intended for dresser, bigger, deeper clothing drawers, not like a kitchen drawer necessarily, unless it was a really deep kitchen drawer. Because as you can see, as I pull these out, these are a much taller divider than what you might see for a kitchen drawer. I have some of those wooden expandable ones in some of my kitchen drawers, but these are a lot taller. And so what you do is this lever right here pops up. Now you gotta pop it all the way up in order to get it to work. You gotta pull it pretty hard. Even if it's halfway up, it won't expand. But then this piece can expand and collapse to be the width of your drawer. So I'm gonna take these and I'm gonna try to use them in my dresser drawer in my bedroom. So I'm gonna pop in some footage right now and show you how they fit. So here are the drawer dividers in action. Now to get them to be exactly the right width, I did have to kind of put them in and get them really close to hitting correctly on this edge. And then I kind of just pulled it off to one side or the other, you can kind of slide it around so that I could get it to extend one more width, because when it was perfectly hitting, it was really wiggly. But if I kind of pushed it over to the side like this and then pulled it out one extra width, then I could pull it back with this lever snap down. This is the lever that lets you collapse it or expand it. I could pull it back into place, and now it's a lot more firm and isn't going to move as much. So I've got all of the different dividers in the drawer to keep everything in there organized. I've been wanting to do something like that in that dresser drawer for a long time, so that was the perfect Target find for me. Now, another thing I picked up at Target, this I'm also really excited about. This is actually a travel jewelry organizer. So it has a little snap and it unfolds to have all of these different compartments to keep your jewelry. So there's a little section for rings, there's holes on this little strap right here for earrings, there's a little pouch, another pouch over here, another pouch there. And while this is intended for travel, I don't actually have very much jewelry at all. And so my plan is to take all of my jewelry, store it in this nice little fold-up pouch, and I'll be able to keep it in one of my bathroom vanity drawers very nicely. And that's also gonna mean I get to clear off my little earring stand that sits on top of my dresser, because I love having clear countertops. So let's go take a look at how my jewelry fits in this. Here is the makeup pouch. So I really only have earrings, even though it's got this for rings, it's got multiple different pockets, but I used almost all of the little holes right here to hang earrings. Studs really work better than dangly ones, but I did go ahead and put some dangle ones on there. And then what I did is my really dangly, thicker ones in general are in this pocket. I like that it's see-through so I can still see them, and I still had a few more, so I used this pocket up here for some of my smaller, still dangle ones, and they're tucked in there. But any type of jewelry would really work well in here. I really don't wear rings other than my wedding ring. So I do love that if I had rings, I think that would be a perfect ring holder. There's another pocket over here I'm not using, so I could store necklaces or something in there. And then it all just nicely folds up, and it has this little snap closure. It's not too tight. I don't feel like it's crushing anything. I can just open up this drawer and slide it right in, and my jewelry is tucked away. I think I'm gonna have to go buy some more jewelry just because now I have an awesome organizer to put it in. So that was my second find at Target. My third find I've actually already put in my cabinet. So I'll go ahead and pop in some footage here for you to see. But this is the Brightroom Lazy Susan. And this was perfect for my coffee cabinet because I was able to just set all of my mugs on this Lazy Susan. I can turn it and access all of them. This is a really kind of awkwardly shaped cabinet with it being a corner cabinet. So having this Lazy Susan where I can just get easy access to everything that's in the back, this was a super exciting find, and I want to say it was only about $10. Those Brightroom finds are really affordable. Next, I picked up some silicone baking cups. Now, this is a pretty standard thing. You can probably find it at almost any store. I've kind of had these in the back of my mind on my to-buy list for a long time, but I've just never really happened upon them at the right time or found them when I was thinking about buying them. But I am really looking forward to having this set of silicone baking cups. I checked whenever I purchased it and it says that they're dishwasher safe, which is awesome, so I don't have to hand wash them. And I am forever running out of those baking cups and like needing to buy more and make sure that I have enough. And I mean, if I can avoid making extra trash, I'm so happy to do that. And so these were pretty inexpensive, maybe like $8 or $9 for the set of them. And if you make muffins or cupcakes a lot, you just keep reusing these, you'll quickly make your money back. Even though those paper ones are pretty affordable, being able to use the same ones over and over, that is a win in my book. So I obviously haven't baked anything with them yet, but I'm looking forward to having these, and that was my next Target find. This next purchase is super, super unique. I had no idea they made something like this. These are the Pyrex Take It jars. Now, maybe I'm just late to the party and everyone's heard of these, but I thought these were so cool. So I'm gonna open these up. This is a set of 2, and let's see. These are nice little glass jars. I mean, that's all well and good. But what is really special is that you take off the lid and there is a shallow container that sits inside the deeper container. And so what they're designed for is maybe you put like veggies down in the bottom and then you put like a ranch dip here in this one. And so you can have your veggies and your ranch, screw on the lid, and you are good to go. And I just think that is such a cool idea. I would love to stock these with either veggies and dip or some fruit and fruit dip and keep them in the fridge, because even though it doesn't take that much to pull out a bag of carrots and pull out the ranch dressing, having it already packaged is gonna make it way more likely that I'll pull it out and eat some of it than if I have to go through getting everything out and setting it up. So I just thought these were so cool and I had to have them. So I picked them up, really excited about them. I had no idea. Like I said, they're called the Pyrex Take It. I got the smaller size, but they also have like a taller one for like salads with the dressing. So you could put your whole salad in the jar, put the dressing in the top little part there. And I just thought they were super nifty. So you can let me know in the comments whether or not this is old news and these have been around forever, but I thought these were such a cool thing. Well, last but certainly not least, another Brightroom product that I picked up is the Brightroom food storage containers. So this is the small square one. The lid just kind of pops on and off. It's got like a silicone around the top of it, and it just push it on, pull it off. So this is the small square one. And this is the like taller square one here. But I picked up another small one and I love this. So not only do they stack really nicely because the bottom square fits perfectly right into that top square there, they're also modular. So they're the same height whenever you take 2 of the small ones and put it next to one of the tall ones. So that's a win. And it gets better because there is also the wide one, and the width of these 2 next to each other is the exact same as the width of the wide one. So these are really cool modular containers. Now I'm gonna test these out and compare them to some other food storage containers, and I have an entire video reviewing that, so go ahead and click over to check out and see how these perform.